I'm Melody Fawcett, and I'm 57 years old, and I'm recording with my colleague and friend. So do you want to talk about what you do and then tell us more about that?
So I am a consultant in the caregiver development department, and we create learning resources for caregivers across the organization. And one of the learning is around culture, which is what I'm passionate about: culture and experience, the connection between the two, the importance of the two working together and influencing each other.
So I'd love to hear some of your moments of, especially, with passion and empathy.
Yeah. So about 5 years ago, my little family went through a crisis. It was the type of crisis that typically will tear a family apart. We met up at a random Trader Joe's. We waited at the front. There was just like a rush of emotion. We were hugging, the tears were flowing, and all of a sudden I feel a light tap on my shoulder, and I turn around and it's this Trader Joe's employee with a huge bouquet of flowers. She says, "We're not sure what's wrong, but we just want you to know that we hope that your day gets better." And this was the type of crisis that makes you feel like there's just like no good in the world. In that moment, it was almost like the universe wanted to signal me and let me know like things are going to be okay. I'm never going to forget that because it was such a simple act of compassion. It taught me a lot. We don't necessarily have to tell a lot, right? Like people just know, like we feel each other and we're able to sense each other's emotions. And it's really up to us to do something. Let's just stop and acknowledge the things that may seem little, but are so powerful. It really doesn't take a lot to create a connection. This is the type of work I want to be associated with. I think that's one of the reasons why I am passionate about working at Providence, is because we can freely have conversations about whatever it is that you're passionate about. We want you to do that. We want you to be that person. The organization recognizes that as an expression of God's healing love. The most fun part about bringing people together to talk about what they're passionate about is when you have groups of people talking about it and telling their stories.
That really builds that connection.
I feel like when we're able to share stories like that, it gives us permission to feel what we feel. We live in a society that's filtered. We don't necessarily like to acknowledge the hardships. And so when we finally have the time and the space to be able to share our experience of overcoming a hardship or experiencing a hardship, it's just a beautiful place to come together with other people. And then to associate that with an organization who really truly cares for it, that's a game changer. I'm grateful that the organization is investing the time and the energy to be able to do that and to allow for that kind of conversation to happen. I don't know that that's necessarily true for all industries right now. I mean, I've met people on the planes who are like, "Oh, where are you going? Are you visiting?" And I'm like, "No." "And what do you do?" And I get to tell them like what I do. And so then we're going from California to Seattle talking about our stories and crying and laughing together. It's really neat to be able to say, "Yeah, Providence is doing it. You guys should check it out."
Is there anything else that you want to share about the work that you do, or just your passions?
In today's society, we can say we have all these friends on Facebook, but how many are truly meaningful relationships?
Yeah.
So for an organization to recognize the importance of human connection is so powerful. And I feel like it's a game changer because human connection can never, ever, ever, ever be replaced by artificial intelligence.
Thank you so much for being willing to sit down and record. This has been so great.
Thank you. I love that you guys are doing this work.